Hello there and welcome to another video, starting with me standing on the top of a hill. Luckily today I brought some better looking friends along with me, and here they are. These two used to play as centre backs for County Durham, known for hoofing the ball quite a lot, weren't you? Beauties. As you can see, they're playing brown and white, which is quite an unusual strip for a football team. Anyway, enough horsing around. See what I did there? Today I'm looking at another abandoned football ground, and I'm looking down there. Now where's that? Well, the answer is this is Langley Park, County Durham, and just down there, if you see that sort of yellowish field in the background, there is the site of another abandoned football ground, which we're going to go and look at today. So say goodbye to my friends, bye friends, and let's go and look at this ground. Now Langley Park is basically a large village about 4 miles west of Durham city, and of course was built on a mine which closed in about 1975. And for me and for most people, it's best known for two things. Firstly, it was the place where late former England football manager and all-time lovable legend Sir Bobby Robson grew up. And I believe he still has family here. Only in County Durham, my friends. Only in County Durham. And secondly, the place name was used by the band Prefab Sprout in their 1988 album From Langley Park to Memphis, which is where I got my title for the video name from. If you don't know, that album was the one with King of Rock and Roll and Cars and Girls in it. Basically, Paddy McAloon and Martin McAloon from the band were from the nearby village of Witton Gilbert, or Witton Gilbert. Prefab Sprout also did a song called Horsing Around, which kind of alludes to what we saw at the start of the video. Here you've got the old Miners' Institute. So as for football, the village was home to the former Northern League club Langley Park, who joined the Northern League in 1920 before resigning initially in about 1930. The newer club then rejoined the Northern League in 1983-84, known this time as Langley Park Welfare. There's that welfare thing again, linked to most mining villages and towns. It was a smaller club. They stayed in Northern League Division 2, and in 1990 reverted back to the name of just Langley Park, and they continued in the Northern League until they eventually folded in 1995. Oh, they were actually promoted to Division 1 in 1991, but came straight back down. And here we are, just coming up to the ground, known as Welfare Park, like a lot of mining village grounds. Shared next to the cricket club, again, like most of those grounds. So this was the perimeter wall for the whole complex. Cricket ground was on this side, the football ground set further back, but this was the clubhouse for both the cricket and the football club. So these gates were your main entrance to the grounds. As I said, just in this front part, the front field, is where the cricket ground was. with a football ground round the back. Now the cricket club actually played here until I think it was 2018, when they were basically evicted by the landowner over some dispute. So you can see over there that there's a sort of a green pavilion, sort of a lime green pavilion. It's quite a unique colour. All boarded up now. So I'm hoping if I go down this alleyway here, I'll make a good view of the ground at the other end. This will do for now. So if you look here, this is where the old cricket ground was. You can see some benches at the end there. Clubhouse in the corner, the lime green sort of pavilion house over there. And this was all the cricket ground. Quite sad to see it being overgrown. This looks like it may have been some old cricket nets for training. As always with these grounds, I'll try and put up some old photos of the place if I can find any that are, you know, allowed to be reused. A lot of them are kind of licensed, so it's a bit awkward. It's an old porter cabin type hut on this side. I wonder what this used to be used for. Football or cricket related. Well, I certainly think it comes under the category of abandoned. Look at this. All kinds of old stuff just shoved into there. Even more abandonment. Got an old plug there, all from a light shade, some balls, all sorts, and then the football ground just in the background. And this is the point where the football ground starts. You can see the railings in the background there, so that makes me think that these buildings probably were football club related. They might have even been a tea hut or, I don't know, souvenir shop. Let me know in the comments if you know. Well, this is nice and colourful. Langley Park Community Garden. And here we are with Welfare Park, home of the Langley Park Football Club up until 1995. So you can see the floodlight pylons or poles are still up there, just without the lights, of course. You can see the dugouts along the side there. Now there was some covered accommodation, but it was on that side, and that's that'll be represented in the photos hopefully I've just shown you. But the goalposts are still there as well, the railings. And just looking into here, you can see there's an old wash basin underneath there. So it's probably some kind of kitchen or toilets thing. Truly abandoned though. And when the football ground was still in use, there would have been a fully intact fence going around the ground, rather than these kind of iron steel palisades. So you wouldn't have been able to look at the match in the way that I'm looking at the ground right now. Don't say I don't take you on weird and wonderful adventures. Football Explorer, where football ground exploring turns into a nice countryside walk. How serene. Actually, Langley Park is sort of famous for something else as well. If you continue this way, you get to like a mini theme park called Diggerland, which I think is still open. Basically, kids can go around there and sort of play on bulldozers and that kind of thing. Anyway, look it up. So where I'm filming right now would have been right behind where the covered accommodation was in the ground. The blue and white accommodation. I think it was mostly just standing. There must have been a few seats in just for them to get into the Northern League to be allowed, but yeah. Just over in the corner now, you can see the railing posts there were in blue, which is a nice touch. So Langley Park would have played in blue and white. It's kind of an interesting thing here where the perimeter fence is sort of set back a few metres behind the goal. You can also see some nets over there next to that kind of converted truck. So as I've said in various videos, it's pretty typical of an old mining village or mining town where the ground would be called Welfare Park because it would be donated by the mine or a steelworks or something like that, and then you'd have the cricket ground right next to the football ground. Oh, this would have been a good little video bit if I was in Cockfield. See what I did? I've got nothing to feed you with. What I really love about this ground is it has a genuine abandoned feel about it, with the broken changing rooms and huts over here. You can imagine in certain parts of the country there's no way that a place that had been left for 30 years like this would have been not built on by houses or anything yet. I wonder if there's something in a covenant or something like that that says it has to be used for a certain thing. Okay then, that's it for this video from Langley Park to Memories, where we visited the abandoned ground of ex-Northern League team Langley Park and Langley Park Welfare Football Club. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please subscribe and share, and I'll see you in the next one.